Walk with me. I want to tell you a story. Mine. I thought this pain was just what being alive felt like. I thought it was my fault. That everyone else had something. I just didn't. There were no solutions. No way out. Just this weight I carried alone and called it living. Somewhere in that, the system failed me. Trauma did what trauma does. It convinced me that I was the problem. I was surrounded by people and completely alone inside all of it. Performing okayness. Shrinking. Disappearing. In plain sight. I have been this way for a long time. Long before I had words for it. There was a little girl walking through hallways that didn't know she existed. Sitting at recess on the outside of everything, watching other children like they belonged to a world she couldn't find the door to. She wasn't crying. To the outside world, outside of her home life, it just looked like she was putting on a brave face, a happy smile, a laugh. That's the part nobody understood. Somewhere along the way, I did what I had to do to survive. I left myself. I turned my back on her. Made myself the problem the way I learned to. In the family I came from, I learned to numb it. Smoke it away. Surrounded myself with people who needed me to be numb to. We called it friendship. I let people take from me because I thought that was love. I stayed in a relationship that broke me open for 8 years. Giving my power away and calling it devotion. I had to look at myself, at my shadows, take real accountability for my life, make serious decisions, difficult changes. When I went to Teal Swan's completion process training, it changed everything about how I felt in relationships. I got the first real healing I'd ever experienced with people. Someone held me, really held me, in the jungle, in the dark, in the parts of myself I had never let anyone touch. She didn't flinch, she didn't try to fix me, she just stayed. Something in me that had been braced for a very long time finally let go. I had this experience with 5 people there, but I felt like the whole group gave this to me in one way or another. I want to tell you what 3 years can do to a person. Through a completion process and parts work. Not 3 years of trying harder, not 3 years of pretending, 3 years of going in. All the way in, into the dark, into the waiting, into every part of me I had left behind. I lived 100 lifetimes in 3 years. I transformed. I became someone new. I shed everything that was never mine to carry. What was underneath had been there the whole time. It wasn't one beautiful staircase upward. It was a dark, winding forest, catching glimpses of light at times, following the strands towards paths that grew brighter and brighter. I lost friends, partners. I shed people like skin I had outgrown. Even when it felt like life was getting worse, people abandoning me, making me the problem, I kept finding more mature people. People who wanted intimacy as much as I did, who were ready to show up for real. My body asked things of me too. Health journeys, crisis, learning what I was carrying in my cells, changing how I moved, how I ate, how I lived inside my own skin. My life got brighter, happier, fuller, new, once-in-a-lifetime friends, opportunities that found me because I finally had room to receive them. After years of a tragic love life, one partner in between who showed me what real love could feel like. I came to him, my partner, my divine masculine container, my safety, my joy. I grew beyond measures I hadn't known were possible for me. Amazing people found me and I found them because of who I was and what I was ready to stand for in relationship. I did the work, climbing mountains, falling in the depths of my ocean, time and time again, riding the waves as they crashed. I sat with every part of me I had called too much, too broken, too dark. I held them the way she held me. Slowly, I came back to myself. My relationships transformed. I stopped choosing people who confirmed my wound. I held them the way this process held me. I called in love that didn't require me to disappear. I called in people who celebrated my becoming. I learned to chase sunsets and live life to its fullest with the hard edges and beautiful light in between. Along the way, I carried and held space for a couple hundred people over these past 6 years. I became the one who stays when it gets dark. I know this place. I have been here. You are not alone. This process saved me. I believe with my whole heart, as I have seen time and time again, it brings my clients out of the ashes of their suffering and back into a fire burning and illuminated to the life they want and need. It is my honor and deepest gratitude to serve as a facilitator to help people overcome and take the journey on the fastest track to transformation transformation I believe is possible. I've seen people come ready to show up, take brave jumps into their heart, be reborn in ways that continue to shape and birth a new humanity as we become the change together. I am deeply committed to offering the utmost quality in my sessions. My passion is in helping people cross the bridge of transformation through this process because I have been there. This work is of the utmost importance to me. This is the story of how I came home to myself. Do you recognize yourself in this? Are you tired of carrying it alone? I want you to know this path is real. This healing is real. You don't have to walk it alone. Come with me on this journey. Explore my session offerings today. I would love to hold you in your process. No matter how far gone you are, and no matter how hard the path and the journey is, I have seen clients come from hell, from suicidality. I've seen people come from all kinds of complex PTSD. I've been there myself, and I have seen this process and this work help get people to the other side.